Hey guys, 681 Shadow, welcome to my Bungo Stray Dogs manga chapter 50 review, and I apologize for this being like a week late. Um, the reason for the absence of videos and such is explained in my update video that was uploaded yesterday on the 24th. So be sure to check that out so you know what's been going on um for me over the past few well not few well past few days, like a bit over a week now, but to get on with the review, for those of you who have not read the chapter yet, go down the description below to the link that I gave, and you can navigate through there and find these chapters so that you can read them and be caught up here. So now to get into the review. So there are really four main things I want to bring up for this review. And first off is probably the biggest point of the chapter is that we get a fight that we weren't necessarily expecting. At least I wasn't expecting it. In that both the poisoned Fukuzawa and Mori both got up out of their safe zones where Fukuzawa was in Annie's chamber and Mori was in a very protected room. They both decided to walk out, leave, and both of their organizations could not find them for whatever reason. So then you see that they both convene at the same place at this what seems like some old abandoned building that they is revealed that they have a lot of connection to from their past, because we do get a flashback on how Fukuzawa and Mori worked in the same line of work before the detective agency was created. So so and then once they're here, they decide that so that they can end the fighting, or as they said in the chapter, they said to end to end this cannibalism, because they've been calling all these chapters so far, like the past few chapters, cannibalism, because of um the fact that they're trying to all kill each other because of the poison that's going to break out in like about 12 hours as of this chapter. So Fukuzawa vs Mori was a pretty good fight, and what's kind of funny is that because Mori's a doc, and we actually get to see Mori's ability, which is actually pretty cool. And it's funny because Mori's a doctor, and since Elise is his ability, she's she kind of like takes the look of a nurse, which is I find that kind of funny. I saw her with like a nurse, it's like she has like needles flying and stuff. But and in the fight, this actually surprised me because of how it happened. Fukuzawa was actually able to kill Elise, which was weird. Which was kind of weird because the way it happened, like when Fukuzawa slashed her with the sword, Elise just like all her like limbs and stuff broke off, and she just like floated away or something like that. It was kind of odd, but like it was interesting. It was crazy to see that Elise died. I didn't think she would be able to die because she's basically Mori's ability. So I don't know if there's gonna be like I don't know if there's like some way for that to return. It would really suck if his ability can't return, because we haven't seen it really much. Like this is the first time we've seen it in like full force with Mori versus Fukuzawa, like the actual fight. Like we got a small glimpse of this in season 2 of Bungo Stray Dogs, where they were having the meeting about the alliance to destroy the guild. But now we finally get a full-on fight, it was a really good fight. I was definitely like really excited that we finally got to see the two bosses of the organization go head to head. So then, and to go on more about their past, because a lot of this is them fighting and then and then things about their past and their past coming back to them. So now, um, they bring Fukuzawa declares that they are ending something called the tripartite tactic, which basically means that this is basically the order of this is the order of Yokohama, like the kind of like the order in terms of like the people with abilities. So like it said in the morning it would be the well not it'd be like in the morning it's the ability Secret Service and Military Police. In the evening, it's the Armed Detective Agency, and at night, it's the Port Mafia. And that's how to maintain order so that like you don't have them constantly fighting all the time. That was the whole point of it. And this and I'll get into the guy who I'll get into the guy who is who basically created this system. He's the last main thing I want to bring up because he's so important. I feel like he's going to be very important now that he finally shows his face, and he was teased at one point, which I'll get into when I talk about him. But Fukuzawa declares that that tactic is ended, because most likely because not only that they were fighting to try to kill one another so they could get rid of the poison, but also probably because even if they both are able to live through the poison, then they still have the rats to deal with Dostoevsky and Hawthorne. So this tactic, I feel like the Fukuzawa, he felt like that it wasn't needed anymore, which kind of makes sense. I see where he's coming from for where he's coming from for this in like a logical sense. So, and then also, um, the one thing that doesn't exactly revolve around Fukuzawa and Mori in this was that Kanikida finds this key in Katai in a cupboard in like a cupboard or something in Katai's house, and because of things that happened in the past with them, he knows that that key was a secret message, which said that that Katai is still alive. He was not killed by Dostoevsky, like the camera in his wall would say otherwise. And this is really important because they figured out that the person who saved Katai from Dostoevsky was Natsume Sosuke, which is the person who created the tripartite tactic. Or Soseki, excuse me if I said that wrong. But and Natsume Soseki, now with that name, you might be thinking that, oh, that I feel like I've heard that name before. You did in fact hear the name. Natsume Soseki, who appears in this chapter, is the same person that appeared before Odasaku in his flashbacks when he was reading the books in those series, and the one that told him that the one that was telling him that like someone who kills can't write. So it was like I actually didn't realize that at first, but then I went back and saw the Dark Era episodes, and I was actually just like blown away that everything, because I love this anime so much because everything just connects to one another, because like they haven't really revealed characters that didn't connect to something else. Like there's characters we don't know much about, like Dostoevsky and Q, but like and now Natsume, but like they all eventually connect. Like we've seen Natsume before. Was he was in the um Dazai in the Dark Era flashbacks from Oda, and he it seems like he's going to be a very important character now, and it was very important that he was able to save Katai, as Katai was able to find the hideout for the rats, which is very important because this is like a 1 in a million chance, because the rats, they once they see that, because Natsume says that once the rats see that someone is on their tail, they'll move, they'll get out of there. So the fact that they know where they are is like a 1 in a million chance, and this is probably the only shot they'll ever get to infiltrate the rats. So that's really all for the chapter, and Natsume basically increases their morale, and I feel like Fukuzawa and Mori are gonna work together now, despite them fighting for like the entire chapter and everything like that. So that's all for what happened, and I'm predicting for next month, which will be the April chapter. Hopefully it'll come out. It'll probably come out like mid-April, but my prediction for that chapter is that that the Mafia and the agency will join together to face off against the rats, which hopefully we can see more members of the rats, because all we know is Dostoevsky and Hawthorne, and I would love to see more members of the rats and what their abilities are. as well as the fact like the rats are gonna be like I think honestly the rats are better villains than the guild in my personal opinion. The rats are a better villain organization than the guild was, and I just can't wait to see more of them. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter down in the comment section below. We can definitely spark up a discussion or anything like that. So thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And I will see you all next time.